We're now at the midpoint of the first round between two of the fan favorites. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's your fellow neighborhood saxman Alex here. Just in case you missed it, the first battle between the Boston Sax Shop and Vandoren Java Green, the winner between the two of them was the Boston Sax Shop. So congratulations to them. And the winner between the second battle, which was Vandoren V16 and Hemke, was Vandoren V16. So congratulations to Vandoren V16. They will be advancing to the next round. Now let's get to it. These are two fan favorites between Rico Jazz Select and Legere Signature series. I've heard a lot of friends and sax students say that both of these reeds are amazing and I want to try them out and see what all the fuss is about. Now the presentation. The Legere Signature series box is really nice. It has this gold detail, and then the black box, which is kind of matte-esque and it's glossy in the gold parts, and then you can kind of see the outline of the reed here and the opening. And then in the back you have the kind of parameters that the reed gives in terms of brightness and darkness, the projection, and the response. Did I just break it? Oh no. I know people aren't gonna like, oh god. Opening up the package, wow. This has its own case. Not like anything I've ever seen before. You can close the case. There you go. Open the case. And you have the reed, which is inside. So very quickly, the reed looks pretty even. It is not your average cane reed. This is, I do believe, fiber cell or some sort of synthetic material that is very flexible according to Légère. And it has the strength of the reed and the logo and the type of saxophone on the top part of the reed. Okay, Rico Jazz Select, which was not too recently bought out by a Diodario, so now this is Diodario Jazz Select or Select Jazz. First thing, there's a plastic wrap, which is pretty standard within any reed company. Got the little plastic tongue thingy so that you can remove it. The box is nice and glossy. It has the Select Jazz logo on there with the filed cut and the alto saxophone indication that this is for me, alto saxophone. On the back of the box, you can see the power and flexibility of the reed as well as a visualization of the reed and what to expect. So now if I open this box, I don't know why, I just can't open boxes. Okay, so this is a box of 10 reeds, which is different from a lot of different brands that we've seen so far. But yeah, this is not one of those cool reed case thingies that it looks like a race car. If you take that out, the reed looks nice. You can see that it's filed. The table looks even, and you can see the Diodario logo stamped on the back of the reed, as well as the Select Jazz logo and the strength of the reed. So enough about the presentation, how it looks. I want to know how they both sound. So sit back, relax, and I'll give you a bunch of tests to see which reed did better. I have my Legere Signature series reed ready to go. I don't know if I should wet this or not. Feels kind of weird to do that, but we'll do that anyways. Alright, the reed is ready to go, and I'll play Body and Soul. This is very interesting. I did not expect a synthetic reed to produce such a good tone as I thought it would. It sounds very in tune. We will check the intonation a little bit later, but nothing seems to be a problem at the moment. I do see that it can get a little bit bright in the mid-range between middle D and middle E. I haven't checked the lower range to see how it does. I haven't checked the high range to see how it does, but so far, so good. All right, time for intonation. much to my amazement, every single note that I tried out was in tune except for low G. And it wasn't really that out of tune. It was only a couple cents off. Other than that, every single note was within 1 or 2 cents, if not on the dot, with intonation, which is very good. I think it topped all the other reeds before. Now we're going to try the extreme ranges, the low range and the altissimo range. Once again, this reed amazes me. The altissimo range was super easy to get. I felt like it was almost helping me, pushing me to the next notes when I went up. As for the low end, it was a little bit muffled. I don't know if it's because I'm not used to the reed. I feel like if I practice on it more, it would probably sort itself out. But other than that, so good so far. As for resistance, I feel that the lower end is a little bit muffled. The mid-range is a little bit too bright for me. It's like not resistant enough. And the higher range is actually perfect. So there's a little bit of variability between the ranges that really change how I play the saxophone with this reed. All right, got my Rico Select Jazz. I will give it all the tests. Okay, I have my reed ready to go, and I'm going to test it out with Body and Soul. My initial thoughts were that this reed is very muffly. It's not projecting as much as I would want to, and I was expecting it to be super bright because it's a filed reed. But yeah, I don't know so much about the intonation. I don't know about the low range too much, but we'll check that out in a second. Okay, intonation. The intonation seems to be okay in the lower register, but as you go up, it gets a little bit sharp, and when I got to high F, it was very sharp, at least 10 cents sharp. So something to look out for if you have this reed, to be careful about the intonation in the higher register. Now I'm going to test out the extreme ranges, the low range and the altissimo range. This reed is kind of growing on me because the more I play this, the more I'm feeling the projection coming out. But the low range was a little bit muffled. Not too bad, it's just a little bit muffled. I didn't feel like I was projecting as much as I wanted to. And as for the altissimo range, it was easy to do, but I felt that the intonation was way out of sorts, and I wasn't projecting as much as I did with the Legere reed. Now that the tests have been done, what do you think? Do you think Legere Signature Series or Rico or Diodario Select Jazz? It's up to you to decide which one you thought was better, so vote in the comments down below. Vote by saying Signature Series or Diodario or Rico Select Jazz. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this battle. We're at the midpoint of the series now in the first round. The next battle will be posted on Saturday, and the winner of this battle will be announced as well on Saturday. So don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for all your sax ed, jazz ed tips, and much, much more. Stay saxy!